Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. Of course, we are on the final hurdle now. It is day 5 preview of Punchestown, the final day of the 2022 Punchestown Festival. What a fantastic week it has been. We're going to recap day 4. I'm going to preview day 5, and I'm also going to preview the 1,000 guineas. Excuse my pardon, the 2,000 guineas. Just after this, I have, I think, 3 or 4 selections for Newmarket. I'm not going to do every race, and then I will come back tomorrow evening, recap Punchestown Festival, recap the 2,000 guineas, and preview the 2,000 guineas on Sunday in Newmarket. But before all that, let's have a quick recap of day 4 Punchestown. What a fantastic day it was again, topped off by that Wonder Mare. We'll get to that in a minute. We're going to start with the first race. It was the amateur race over 2 miles 5, and Ted Walsh's Jazaris was well supported into 15-2, was available around 14 or 16-1 in places, and got the better of Alpha Male, our selection, back in second. He was drifted all the way out to 92. Some price for that horse. Always fine one, don't we, though? But it was a painful second we had again in the first race, Alpha Male. But he went out to a bit of an each-way price to nothing, I thought. Went to second race then. Our selection, French Dynamite, finished third, but the winner was El Barra. Willie Mullins combining with Jack Foley getting in on the winners this year, and the colours are Richard Richie Rich. El Barra, he was a very good winner of the Grade A chase over 2 miles 5. 6 lengths winner of Joseph O'Brien's Busselton back in second. And as I said, our selection, French Dynamite, we tipped up last night at 6-1, 13-2. Hammered into 3-1. Ran a cracker. Just hopefully there'll be another day for that. Then we went to the Mayor's Grade 2 chase. Our selection and our sweet selection was Ellie May. Disappointing 15 lengths, but the winner, Scarlet and Dove. This is a mare that I've previewed on another previews, and I've tipped her up. I thought the ground might be a bit. I thought she wanted a bit more juice in the ground, but when she puts it together, as you can see what she's done today, Ellie May probably just feeling the effects of the year. So look, they'll come back in next year. 2 super mares, 32 lengths clear of the third, but a big winner for Joseph O'Brien and Brian Cooper. With in the colours of Gigginstown, Scarlet and Dove, really sweet mare that one. And you know, look, I know our selection was second, but I was delighted to see her win. Then, if anything was going to be ours, then we went to the feature race, and it all revolved around the Wonder Mare Honeysuckle. And again, she duly obliged, but she's an absolute wonder mare. With what this mare has done for Irish racing, racing in general, it's brought such a wide audience into that's never watched racing before, captivating so many minds. And now she's a perfect 16 from 16, breaking history. The first horse ever over National Hunt to do 16 unbeaten races under rules. Rachel Blackmore, of course, in the saddle. I think it's Race's first winner of the week. I could be wrong, but it just goes to show you it doesn't make a difference. When she's got the ammunition, she'll do the job. Yeah, she was short. We didn't back her. We were looking at the distance marker, but they weren't. It wasn't something we divulged into. She was a 3-length winner of Reckoners and Rain, who ran a cracker back in second. But again, Honeysuckle, if she's one you want to get to watch all week, she's the one. Then we went to the Grade 1, and Stateman, he stepped up from that handicap win in Cheltenham and absolutely bolted up by 7 lengths, beating the local horse from me here, Flame Bear, for Pat Doyle, with Jack Doyle in the saddle back in second. Ran a cracker, that horse, second in the Grade 1 now. Yeah, he was well supported, Stateman. He was into 11-10. He absolutely hosed up. Our selection, Kilcrut, ran well for a long way, but I thought he's jumping, let him down, and look, he'll be a horse to definitely follow going forward. Kilcrut again, but I think the jumping let him down. He ran a bit. He ran a bit. Look, the winner was super impressive, and that's the reason Paul picked him. So he's an exciting horse, that Statement, going forward. Then we went to the Champion Hunters Chase, and our selection, Billaway. I was very sweet in this horse last night. He got the better of the well-supported Valculus back in second. Billaway was 11-8. I thought it was a super price. What a great race to watch, just for a neutral perspective, but it was a super race. It's a great result for us. So Billaway gets 2 Champion Hunters Chases, the Cheltenham Punchestown double for 2022. Of course, Paddy Mullins in the saddle. Then we went to the novice hurdle, I was Sweeten El Fabiolo and he Julia Bride 4-length winner, beating Hador back in second. 1-2 again for the stable. He was 8-13. I thought this was a super price, 8-13. He was 4-7, 8-13. Crazy, well, not crazy price, but a super price. No, he was odds on, and I'm not really a big odds on lover, but when there's value, there's value, and I thought this horse should be at least maybe 4-9. But look, it's easy hindsight after, but he got the job done. 4-length winner, very impressively, I thought, in the 2-mile novice hurdle. And then we finished the card. I didn't really have a selection in it. I had an each way selection who could run again tomorrow. I'm going to put him in the he was an on-runner today for Tony Martin, so I'm going to say what I'm going to say about him in the preview. But we had a big price winner, Charles Burns, with Ray Barron in the saddle, 25-1, Green Glory, an impressive 3 3/4 lengths winner, passing well back in second. And the one that we thought would run the best of the Mullinses did, finishing third on Moore Park. 3-1. That horse was 6-1 in the morning. So if we played the each way market, which I'm sure hopefully we did once they're over the 4 or 5-1 mark, hammered into 3-1, well supported. Look, we didn't win, but we hopefully we didn't cost us anything in the race. Finished third. And yeah, this could be a nice little horse for Charles Burns here in the last. More than likely, he'll probably sell him, but look, you never know. Hopefully not. Nice horse for Charles Burns going forward. That's race day 4. Let's kick on to the 5th and final day of the Punchestown Festival. And we have an earlier start. We have an 8-race car, but the last race is a charity race. I'm not going to tip anything in that, but it's just a race to watch. And as I said, Saturday is an earlier race start off at 2:35, and the first race is one of the cross country races, this time over the 3-mile one. And our selection that was meant to run the Latouche, Shady Operator for Enda Bulger, bounces back here. He's about 3-1. Yeah, he's the one for me here. I think it's very interesting that he was not a runner on the Thursday, I think it was. Derek O'Connor, of course, in the saddle. So Shady Operator gets the vote here. And he's a bit of a decent price. The one that might catch my eye each way, probably will catch my eye each way, Stand Up and Fight, again from the end of the Bulger start. But in the Bulger yard with Anya O'Connor in the saddle, claiming 5 off of this son of Flemsford. She's a very good amateur rider. She's a very good rider, Anya O'Connor, and she rides a lot of JP's horses in the amateur races. So she done a stint there with Harry Fry, I think it was, in the UK, but she's back home now, I think. But anyway, she's in Punchestown tomorrow and she's right Stand Up and Fight. I think that this horse has a good each way value. That brings us to the second race on the card. It is the Colin Quinn BMW Handicap Chase. It's over 3 miles 7, 15 runners lined up here. There's an extra place market on with Boyle Sports here. They're paying 4 places in the race. So I've 2 little options here for us, both from the Gordon Elite Yard. Fakira, Richard Condon's claiming 7 off of 10-9 off of this son of day flights back. Coming back, what used to be trained with Joseph O'Brien and nearly starting off and going switches to Gordon Elliott. Very interesting that is. So could be one to take note here. About 18 to 20-1 at the minute. I wouldn't go crazy, but he's just an each way player for me here with the 4 places. The other one I like from Gordon Elliott's yard is Glen Low. Enough a nice weight, blinker for the first time. Jack Kennedy in the saddle. 11-year-old by Cape Tara runs into JP McMahon's colours, and I think he should definitely fill one of the top 4 spots and hopefully go one better. So Glenglow and Fakira each way in the second. That brings us to the first grade 1 of the 5. It is the champion hurdle, this time the Mayor's champion hurdle. 9 runners line up here. So look, the 2 defenses, I look impotent. I tipped this Mayor up to win a handicap in Cheltenham, and she did. And then she went on and she won a champion hurdle in Cheltenham. She lost her way a little bit last year, but she's back this year. Of course, she has 4 runs under her belt this year, winning 3 of those and finishing second in the champion hurdle behind Honeysuckle. She avoided Honeysuckle, of course, in the champion hurdle today. Aidan Coleman comes in for the ride. Of course, has ridden her in a lot of our races, especially since Barry Geraghty retired. He's ridden her in all the races since then, nearly certain. Nicky Henderson, of course, he very rarely leaves Punchestown without a winner. I'm sweeting this little mare here, Impotent. If she was, I think if she puts in, if she runs any way to form at all, she doesn't even have to run up to form. I think just thereabouts, and she should win. The one that I like though is a mare that we tipped up in Cheltenham, not last year, the year before. Tell Me Something Girl from the Henry Drummond yard. I really liked her going forward to Cheltenham this year. I thought it was a um, similar pat on the way to Cheltenham, and she was moving very well for me in Cheltenham this year, and she got brought down. She's one that I think could run her home. She's 6-1 at a minute. You could have, like with Bites Horse Offer kicking in again, you can bet with this mare and finish second to the Fab, you're getting money back as a free bet. She goes and wins, you have a 6-1 winner. I think Epitant will win. I think she'll take the beating. But Tell Me Something Girl, Rachel Blackmore, of course, in the colours of Honeysuckle for Henry de Bromhead to run her home as well. Then we go to one of the last big handicaps on the card. It is the Palmerstown House Pat Taff Handicap Chase. And given it its full title, it's over 3 miles. We have 14 runners lined up here. Again, I'm going to give 2 options in the race, both owned by JP McManus. Luke Dempsey for his father, JP Dempsey, 10-10. 25-1, a bit of a mad one. This again, Pile Sports are paying an extra place, 4 places. Second in this race last year, only ran 4 times since that. 3 of those were over fences, pulled up on those 3 occasions. But this second run, since his last run, was second in a 16 runner handicap hurdle at Fairy House. This horse gets around. He's always in the places, if you ask me. He's capable of running a very big one. I don't know. Look, he needs to get around. If he gets around this horse and doesn't, if this horse gets around, I think he's a fantastic price at 25-1, 10-10. I'm not going to waffle on about it. It's too late in the week. It's too late at the night. 10-10 each way. Gets around. Good each way price. 25-1. The other one I like that catches my eye is from Tom at David Pipe Yard. He's had a couple of run all right this week. In fact, he had one run a cracker, which we thought we were going to collect. One of the big handicaps again with JP's colours. Duke de Beauchamp, this one is Tom Scrutimer comes in for the ride, of course, David Jockey 2, David Pipe. In off a nice way, 10-8. Was a nice winner last time. I thought he should definitely progress, and he could be bang thereabouts. Duke 15-2 at the minute. Duke de Beauchamp. That brings us to the final grade 1 of the Punchestown Festival, and I'm just going to keep this short and sweet. We've got 6 runners lined up here. It is a 2-mile grade 1 hurdle. Okay. It's for 4-year-olds and Vauban. We were sweeting this horse at the Dublin Racing Festival. He Julia Bryce, and we even before he won at the Dublin Racing Festival, we said we're going to back him for the Triumph Hurdle, and he Julia Bryce. He's short. He's 1-2, but he's gonna win in my eyes. The horse that I think might come. Look, he beat Phil Dore by 3 lengths and 3 miles well. He's the one that could be thereabouts as well for Gordon Elliott with David Russell. Gordon's horses are flying this week, so he could be the one to give it a 1-2. Phil Dore. So Vauban for the win, Phil Dore to fill up the places. It's worth noting too that we liked Tepemps, butchering that name. He's run behind Vauban in the Dublin Racing Festival, but he disappointed in Cheltenham. He is still learning on the job though, so if he puts it together and settles, he can put in a bit of a performance too. But Vauban, I think they're all be chasing his tail. That brings us to the final handicap of the week, and it's a grade B handicap hurdle over 2 miles 3, and I'm sweet on one here. If we can leave that last one behind. I was sweet this horse in Cheltenham to win the Martin Pipe, adamantly chosen. Paul Townend's back in the saddle, of course. Martin Pipe is a condition riders. Ran too bad in my eyes. The vibes were great coming out of William Mullins' yard for this horse for the Martin Pipe, and he ran no race in my eyes. He always looked like he was kind of behind a bit, and I think Paul gets this horse out and settles him. I think he's got a major chance here. Biosports are paying 6th place in the race. He's 7-1 at the minute. I'd be if this horse isn't in this top 6, I'm never going to back this horse again. But I think he's gonna if he puts in a run, I think he's going to be bang there. So adamantly chosen. And other one from the Willie Mullins yard then that I'm going to go with at a big price is La Prima Donna. I think we all know a bit of a prima donna at times, don't we? We can all be a bit of a prima donna, but this is La Prima Donna in the colours of Kenny Alexander, of course, Honeysuckle's owner. This mare she's in off a nice way. Brian Cooper takes the ride. She's still a maiden over hurdles, but she was second to Dino Blue. Then was odds on for a maiden hurdle in Limerick, I think it was. Fell. Looked like it was going to absolutely bolt up, fell. And then was second in a good hurdle over 2 miles. I think Relish is going to relish this step up and trip at 8 or 9 to 1 at the minute with 6 places. I give her a little squeak each way here. La Prima Donna with Brian Cooper. Of course, he had a nice winner with Scarlet and Dove today and could make it 2 winners in 2 days. Therefore, we're going to finish the car with bumper. It's over 2 miles. Again, it's for 4-year-olds and 7-year-olds. We've got 400 of them lined up here. No, we've 23. It's not a race I'm really going to take a look at. There's a bit of money for Peter Fetty's social occasion. Haven't watched that because Peter very rarely leaves money behind him. Mr. S. Perry claiming 7 of 11-7 on this mare by Diane. So interesting one there. Want to keep an eye on. But one that I would keep an eye on as well was Read to Return. Tony Martin, we tipped her up. Maxine O'Sullivan was due to ride this gelding by Fame and Glory today. Didn't run, was non-runner. Drifted out, but when it drifted out, they backed it back in. So there's obviously a bit of support, obviously. And Tony Martin, he's so shrewd. So if she runs here, I think 16 to 1 I'm seeing at the minute. She's definitely one to note. Willie Mullins has the top of the market leader Bally Bay 11 to 8 with Paddy in the saddle. Walk on the park. I'm not going to take 11 to 8 and a 23 runner bumper to finish the card, and you could bolt up again. One I thought, Read to Return, interesting, and Social Occasion. Again, if that money keeps coming for Peter Fatty's mare, definitely want to take note of here in the last. Then the card, of course, finishes with a race which is just an absolute fantastic incentive, I think, this race. But again, I'm not going to even go through it, but it's just worth watching, worth going through. It is a charity race. It's the Say Yes to Organ Donation Punchestown charity race. Have a look at the Punchestown website and check out all that. And it's for a great cause, and there's some great stories coming through here, especially with the people that are riding these horses. It's absolutely fantastic what they do every year. So look, I'm just going to say, finish the note of what a fantastic Punchestown festival has been. Some of the results could have gone a little bit better in our favour, but we still had a very profitable week. Besides all that, we had some great racing. We had some great results. Just to watch, just as a racing fanatic, fantastic week. I'm going to be back, as I said, first of all, I'm going to preview Newmarket. I'm going to stop waffling on because I'm going to kick straight into Newmarket. I'm going back to review Punchestown Festival and preview the 1,000 guineas. But before that, I'm going to preview right now the Newmarket 1,000 guineas. Couple of selections on the race to kick off the race at 1:15. It is the Fillies and Mares listed race. Gale Force Maya. We remember this mare, but trained by Michael Dodds, who we backed her the last day. Was it new? Did she win a move? Yeah, it was Newmarket over the course and distance. She won the last day. She held on by the shortest of noses at 5 to 1. So she's costing us nothing. She's around 4.5 to 1 at the minute. Simon and Ed Chrisford's Flutus will take a lot of whack in here. 3-year-old, of course, in off a very low weight. James Doyle, super rider, one of the best riders in the UK at the minute, if you ask me. James Doyle. Riding this filly by Spar Spangled Banner, 3-year-old. That's why she's getting a lot of weight, the weight in off 8 and 9. So she's going to take a lot of whack, and she's 8-11. But Gale Force Maya, I'm going to go with her here, and I'm going to go. You could go with her straight, and she's also 7-4 without, so you have that option. I think Flotus will take them. Gale Force Maya, we said that hopefully she's going to kick on. She's super raced the last day. Now could be telling already, but look, I'm just going to stop talking. I'm just waffling on too late at night. Right, there we go to the 6 furlong Heritage Handicap. I love these Heritage Handicaps, especially as the season progresses. This is a 6 furlong, and we have for 4-year-olds plus 21 runners line up here. The interesting one I thought was in off a very featherweight. Holly Dial takes a ride for Willie Haggis in the Shadwell colours. Tarib, around 8-1 at the minute. 8-1 into 7-1 at the minute. Holly Dial teaming up for Willie Haggis. Yeah, interesting one there. Some very useful form early last year, and yeah, I think that's a very interesting runner there. Another one I could see running a good race is the David O'Mara Summergant. Always runs a good race. Won over the course and distance as a nice low draw. Danny Tuddup, one of the best riders I think in the country. I'm going to say that a lot, aren't I? I better shut up. So yeah, Summergand each way and Tarab each way in the second. The third race is another Heritage Handicap over on mile 1. I am going to bypass that and go straight to the Group 3 over 5 furlongs. I like one here, and as I was saying that, the money started to come first. So it's a 5-year-old by Iowa with Hurricane Ivor for William Haggis. Tom Mark one in the saddle. Yeah, really think this has a right chance here, especially each way. I'm not going to spend too much longer on it, and we're going to kick on and go straight to the main event. It is the first classic of the season. It is the 2,000 guineas, excuse my pardon. Again, lads, we know the history of this race. We know what it takes to win this race, and we know there's also been some surprises in this race. But we have 15 absolute beautiful horses lining up here. And a lot of them we haven't seen since their 2-year-old campaign. But we've seen Native Trail this year. He absolutely bolted up again. He won the Group 1 last year, and he came back and won the Craven over the course and distance. He was very impressive that day. Charlie Hoppy's horses are on fire, and William Buick is on fire. But I'm going to stick with Aidan O'Brien's Luxembourg. I was really impressed with this horse's win he was unbeaten in his 3 starts. And I'm really impressed with the way he won the Futurity Group 1, the back end of last year in Doncaster. Aidan's horses, he hasn't run this year, but Aidan's horses can win without running. Now, I know that the bigger picture is going to be the Derby, but they also want to win a classic, the first classic of the season. So for me, I'm going to go with Luxembourg here in the hands of Ryan Moore. Son of Camelot, I'm sweet on this lad last year, and I'm going to stick with him. Aidan's horses are on fire. One I like at a massive price each way. I'm going to play in the each way marker without the favourite. So therefore, we're going to fill, and you could even back in each way with Boyle Sports because they're paying 4 places in the race. Is LaSalle for Richard Hannon with Pat Dobbs in the saddle. This son of Mammoth, I liked him last year. I thought he was very impressive in a couple of Group 2s, and he was disappointing in the back end of last year on his last run, but he wasn't beaten all that far, and he just didn't run to his form. He's had a run this year, and look, he's a massive price. We've seen Richard Hannon combining to win this race at a massive price with Night of Thunder with Kieran Fallon back in the saddle 7 or 8 years ago now. So let's sail each way in the without market. You can do him in the normal market as well. He's 66-1. Have a little small bet each way, and I'm 66-1, and he's 33-1 without. So there's another. The each way market is 4 places, but Luxembourg for me for the win. Native Trail is going to take a lot of whacking here, but I'm going to stick with Luxembourg. And then just a small little each way bet on the sale. That's my longest preview of the week. I'm going to get off here now. I've been talking a bit too long. You know what to do. Hit the like and hit the share button. Hopefully we finish Punchestown again strong. We had the 3 winners again today. Albeit a lot of them were short, but we got them over the line. We could have had, if Ellie May had to win, we would have had a fantastic day, but we've seen some fantastic racing and we cannot deny the week's racing so far. But again, hit the like and hit the share button. I am going to get off here now, and I will talk to you again very, very soon, guys. Cheers.